Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. So I have been really busy this week, so not really the opportunity to make videos. However, in between the things that I've been doing, I've been trying to make some charms just for fun. So what inspired me was when making my last journal. I'm digging next to my chair here. When making my last journal, you know, I always have, if I'm using chipboard, I have things like this left over. And I always think, okay, Stephanie, make some charms. And then I never do. So these I left sitting out on my desk. And as I've been doing this or that in between when I had a few minutes, I've been gluing stuff down and cutting these up. So I will show you what I have in a minute. I have so many little pieces and chunks, and I know you guys are crazy close right now, so I don't even know how well you saw what I was showing you. These. Sorry. Okay, I'll quit messing around. Anyway, these things. These, I have no idea what the thickness of my chipboard is. I buy it and then I throw the packaging away, so I do not know. It's pretty thick though, not very bendy at all. And when you add paper to it, and then I also added Glossy Accents, it thickens it up even more. These, however, were not done with chipboard. They were done with cardstock pieces and paper. So I always keep, you know, things like this. And so then I just pick out some and I start punching. That's how I got that. And then some scrapbook paper, scraps, and then did the same thing. So what I wanted to do with you guys, and it's going to be a trial for me, is I wanted to do some embossing on it. I'm not real practiced, I don't know what the right word is, with embossing, and I have done some. This is the ultra thick, and it was given to me for Christmas a while back, and I tried to use it, and it's fussier, and I think it's because it's so thick. The crystals are so thick that it's way fussy. So I'm going to give it a try with you guys, and then you can tell me, maybe if you're, you know, good at using embossing powders, maybe you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. These are a couple that I did with the Martha Stewart butterfly punch, and I did 3 layers of cardstock and then a layer of scrapbook paper on either side. So I did 2 of those, and one of the pieces of scrapbook paper has a little bit of glossiness to it, if you can see the light shining off of it. So I thought that was kind of fun. I need to ink around the edges still. I mean, probably don't have to, but anyway. And then I'll show you what I've made once we get there. So I have, this is an older one that I opened a while ago, and I was trying to use this last night. Oh, I made some little flowers, and I don't know, I was having a bit of a hard time. And so I decided to take out a new pad and see if that helps. Let me bring these closer to the camera so you can see. So again, these are three layers of cardstock and then some scrapbook paper, and then I added a little embellishment in the center, and I actually did that before embossing them. This one I did with the thick, and then I covered it up with the other one. So I have, the only one that I have that's clear is the really thick one. These ones have the sparkle to them, and I didn't want that. So anyway, and I did both sides of these. So I don't know, just kind of fun. If you don't have charms, you can always make some. And like I said, if you don't have embossing powder, you can use the Glossy Accents. I don't know, Mod Podge might work too. I haven't tried that. I'm not sure how much more durability it gives it, but okay, so let's just see what happens. What I have here on my desk is one of those, let me move this out of the way. This is one of those wool ironing things that you can get off of Amazon. I don't know what it's called, but it's all wool, and it helps to diffuse the heat. And I totally destroyed my craft mat one time using the embossing gun. It totally warped it. So you definitely don't want to do it on your craft mat, because it'll kill it. Let's see what happens. I'll quit talking. So you guys will probably have to plug your ears when I get going with the powder. Just opened this. I just took the plastic off of it, so it should be plenty juicy. And I don't know how to do this other than just doing this. I have no idea. So one of the things when you come to a craft late, so it's like not shiny at all. This is a very porous paper. Doesn't have any shine to it. When you come to a craft late and all of the newness of it wears off and people don't talk about how to use it, they figure everybody knows. It makes it hard to know how to use it. And there are so many videos out there that, you know, you go to click on something and it's starting to show. Okay, so this is what I do. You guys can tell me if I'm doing it wrong. Trying to get it where it sticks to all the places. And I don't know if it's a bad thing if I try to push it down. Like the places it seems to me it's not working, it's not sticking very well, I'm trying to like push it into those places, but I don't know if that's a bad thing to do or not. And then I have just these little, it's hard sometimes to pick things up. And so I'm guessing I just, you know, I don't know, I want my edges to show. Like I said, these chunks are huge. So what was happening when I did this last night is that the chunks of the embossing powder were kind of staying in a ball. So I don't know what's going to happen right now. We're going to find out. I'm going to turn this on. If you can't stand the sound of it, plug your ears or mute it real quick. Ready? And I have to hold it with something so it doesn't blow away. I also, this is really old. It was a gift. And I mean, it works, but I don't know if there's something about this one that being old and how hot it gets, if that is what's causing my problem. So anyway, I'm going to start it. And if it doesn't move, I'll take my little holder off. Here we go. Starting to go. Yeah, it separates. And maybe that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know, but let me hold it up. I think I got them all melted. Let me hold it up for you and show you. See how it's not smooth? In some places it is, in other places it's not. So I don't know if it's the embossing powder, if it's my gun. I don't know what it is. But I am going to try it again. I'm going to do it on this one. Maybe I won't knock any of it off. Okay, it looks shiny, so that should be fine. Yeah, maybe if I don't knock any of it off, it'll fill in. But that's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. I have to knock some of it off. I mean, I have to pick it up. Oh, goodness. It's really hard to pick these things up, too. I don't know if I just don't have the right tool for it. Okay, I'm not going to knock it. I just poured the excess off. Let's see what happens. Okay, are you ready for the thing again? Okay, plug your ears if you need to. it's separating again. In some places, okay. That one did better without knocking so much of it off, but I still have places that aren't smooth. So here is what I'm going to do. I think it's really pretty though, you know, what did work. I am going to take this one and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to let that cool off for a second. And so I don't know, am I supposed to do it again? Is that a big no-no? I have no idea. Let's see. Ah, well, that's okay. This one is going to be really thick. I mean, that one might be good enough, and that might be it, that I was knocking too much of it off. Okay, I don't think that I need to hold it in place. All right, plug your ears if you need to. Very bumpy now. Well, it covered the whole thing. Isn't that pretty? It's probably stuck to my paper real good. Oh, not too bad. So now what I want to do is well, see, I want to fill those in. I don't like how it's not. Okay, we're going for it. I'm sure this is helpful for people who haven't done embossing. I mean, for people who have, it's probably just like, all right, we get it. But not everybody's done it. And, you know, like me, I've done some, but not very much. And definitely not with this thicker stuff. Probably too much. I'm going to do it anyway. It's probably going to stick to my paper. Okay, here we go. Wow. Very cool. Ah, no, you guys, I ruined it. Shoot. Let me get it on there again real quick. Okay. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to move that out of the way. So here's my next problem, if I can get it off. My next problem is, what happens when you want to do the other side? Is the heat going to go through and melt this side? That's really pretty. I forgot to ink the edges. I mean, that's okay, I guess. It's really thick too. I do think that I need to just buy some, I just need to buy some thinner embossing powder. I'm really afraid of what's going to happen now. It's probably just going to stick to my paper. I think that I am going to I don't want it on the edges. So I'm going to take it off the edges. It is taking it off too much, I think. All right, so now we're going to find out what happens when you try to heat it up with the embossing on the other side. Wish me luck. Here it goes, you guys. Noise. Kind of sticking. A little string of stuff. It's definitely not perfect. But it is fun, it's cute. I need to add more embossing to this side, and I think that my answer is to only use the thick embossing powder when I'm going to do something just on one side, because I think it's really nice. If I could hold on to it but I don't know if I can. Let's try that, and then I'll stop and I'll show you what I made, the other things. I'm just going to do this. Oh my gosh, that's going to be really thick. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is try and hold it. But it's probably going to fling away. My butterfly is going to fly away. All right, you guys, here goes. I might have a better view of it melting this way. So you know it's going to be stuck to my tweezers. And there's still little dents in it. Get that plastic off there. Yeah, I think that what I'm going to do is order some embossing powder that is not thick. I think maybe that's my answer. Have you guys experienced that? So what I will be doing once I get it to the point that I think it's, fine, I have to clean it up a bit, is I will drill a hole right in here and put a jump ring through it. Okay, let me show you what else I was working on. And that's the same thing I'll do with these. I will drill a hole. In fact, let me show you. Let me get this stuff out of the way real quick. And I'm going to try and keep my mess right on my towel. This is just I used an old towel so that I didn't get my embossing powder on that. So let me move this out of the way. So this is not hot. So that worked out great. Okay, where am I going to put it? So these are the ones that I have been working on. Let me get something to put it on. And then I'll lift them up to the camera. So these are the ones that I was using the chipboard, and then I was taking scrap paper and my stamps and doing it that way. So that's what I've been working on. I thought they were kind of fun. And so these are all done with Glossy Accents. And it took a while because, you know, dry time. So I did both sides. And then the chipboard is too thick for the eyelets to be crimped, unless they were the big eyelets. So what I did was I put Glossy Accents down in the hole and I slid those down in. And, you know, you can add things to these as well. Let me see here real quick. Let me find a couple of charms. Maybe. I know, I just saw some. So, where did they go? Here. So, like, we could put a little, and it can go on, well, just, this will be easy, so I'm just going to put it on this. Or you could add again, a jump ring to it, and that would be fine. So that's kind of fun. And again, it doesn't have to be, you know, one of these things. It could be, like I did here, one of these. Alrighty, and so on the back, on some of them, I left them just plain, and other ones I added a tiny little scrap of scrapbook paper. So just having some fun. All right, you guys. Oh yeah, so there's these too. So these will be fun with a little jump ring, and it can go, if you have the butterfly punches that have little holes in them, then, you know what I accidentally bought a whole bunch of? I wish I hadn't. I accidentally bought a whole bunch of these that are like for a key ring. They are not easy to use, so don't do that. It was a mistake. Here's one, I think, that's not. Oh no, that one is too. Here's one that's not. It's really big, but you'll get the idea. So it can just go inside the hole of the butterfly. So that would be fun. And that is 3 layers of cardstock and then 2 layers of a heavier scrapbook paper. So anyway, that is the fun that I've been having. Just a way to use some scraps, make your own charms. All right, you guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.